Hello wonderful people of the internet, it's Shadows Girl 1920 here and we are back with something excessively different today. Today we are playing Evil Genius, which is a game that I've recently started playing again. It's one of the very first video games I ever played back in 2009. Now the game was already 5 years old then, and I was playing it. We're gonna play on easy mode because I'm still getting used to playing the game, but I was playing it on this strange little Franken computer that was thrown together out of old parts from dead computers, and it barely met the minimum requirements to play the game. Now the computer I've got now plays this game on max graphics easy as. The game is, what, 13 years old now? So yeah, but I heard that they're working on a second Evil Genius, and so I decided to blow the dust off the old copy and give it another play. So here we are. So we're playing on easy mode just so that we can get into the swing of things, and also so that we don't have to go excessively strategic, because I feel that takes the fun away from the game. I like to just kind of muck around, and I also don't like making Red Ivan a necessity, because you'll learn about the henchman as we play through, but he costs so much money and destruction. Oh my goodness. I'd rather get the psychological henchman. Okay. Now, we're going to be playing with Shenyu. I like playing with Alexis is kind of a... It is the absolute easiest one to play with, because when minions are around her, she has a wider radius for keeping up the loyalty. But I prefer Shenyu. He comes with Lord Kane as a henchman, and he's a very psychological henchman. He also helps keep Shenyu, off memory, he helps keep your heat a little bit lower, which is great when you're out doing your world missions. Maximilian is considered hard mode, but we're going to be going with Shenyu because I like the starting henchman that he comes with. So let's get started. Now we're going to start on a little island out in the middle of nowhere, a little desert island. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a base inside the mountain and the island, and start stealing gold from around the world and get ready to create a doomsday device, which is the ultimate goal. Create a doomsday device and take over the world. Fantastic. So we'll check our objective panel. So we need to start building our base. So we need to build a barracks for our men. We need to make a control room so we can send people out into the world to steal gold and carry out acts of infamy. And we've got some investigators on the island, so we need to get rid of them. And that's an opportunity for Lord Kane to really shine. He needs to get some experience points as well, so he can pick up his additional abilities. The investigators aren't on the island yet. So this is the entrance to our base. Let's get a corridor going. Now we want to keep low heat rooms closer to the entrance, and then things like when we unlock the inner sanctum and the laboratory, we want to keep those closer to the other end.
Room construction underway.
Now we're obviously going to be wanting a door, and cool. So that's the security for the door I was checking. That will allow anyone through, right through to that one only allows the Evil Genius through, and it is guarded. But we don't quite need it guarded. So we need a barracks to start off with. There we go. Now it needs to be quite big to start off with, but what I'll do later on is I'll build a secondary barracks and then tear this one down, because the higher your notoriety is, the more minions you can have without having to have lockers and lockers for them. The bunk beds provide endurance for them, and you can get better items for that later on.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
Now,
All construction workers are busy at the present
I
time.
want to max out the amount of minions we can have.
Object purchase order confirmed.
So I'm putting in as many lockers as possible. And then I'll just squeeze beds in around it. And I'll have to extend this. Oh no. I'm going to have to extend this room. And those are the investigators. So you can deal to those. And we'll tag them for termination.
Intruder tagged for termination. New rooms are available for construction. New objects are available for purchase.
And I'll just continue chucking lockers in. And we're going to have to build a freezer room pretty quickly because
When a minion is available for duty.
body bags tend to upset the tourists.
All construction workers are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
Alright. So I'm going to extend this room just a tiny bit.
Room construction underway.
Just so I can chuck in one more row of lockers. Yeah.
Object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty. All construction workers are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
Right, that should be enough lockers for now. Plonk a door down there.
When a minion is available for duty.
Oh, I forgot how tiny this island was to start off with. And then actually what we'll do is we'll remove those two. We'll extend this room just a tiny bit. We'll just review the shape of this room slightly so that we can add in some bunk beds.
New room build
Again,
order confirmed.
this room will be getting torn down as the base expands.
Not all object hotspots are accessible.
So it's not a big deal how inefficient the building is now.
Purchase delayed.
Can I chuck in another row? Yeah.
Limited access. This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
That should be enough, and I might just plonk in a couple more lockers. There we go. And we'll put in a secondary door here and a fire extinguisher. Do we have any traps unlocked yet? Oh, we do. But they're a bit pricey until we send people out into the world. So I think just we'll chuck in some more corridor here. Now I know a lot of people tend to use multiple entrances to the base just to make access to the depots a little bit easier because there's two of them. But I'm not a big fan of that.
Room construction underway.
So,
Room construction on
yeah.
course.
Alright, now we need a freezer for the body bags. That little bit of rock there isn't a big issue right now.
New room build order confirmed.
But yeah, the body bags become a little bit more important later on in the game. Especially when you're trying to defend your base. having the zombie minion things, the freaks, is just a great thing. They are amazing.
All construction workers are busy at the present time.
But
Object
we won't be able to
purchased
unlock those until we start doing scientific
Object will be
research.
purchased when a minion is available for duty. All construction
4
workers are
freezer
busy at
racks
the
should be
present
enough.
time.
That's not the most efficient room in the world, but we're building around the unminable rock there.
Room construction
Oh, and a door.
unpaused.
Need to get doors on everything.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
Now, the great thing is, agents tend to be obsessed
All
with
construction workers
doors.
are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed. Object purchase order confirmed.
What's blocked? Okay. I don't know which item they're complaining about here, unless it's one of the ones in here. Because everything else is accessible. Yeah, I believe it might be one of the back ones. They can't get to it until that room's built. Alright, what's our maximum minions now? 5. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to build another strong room and get my genius out of harm's way, essentially. I can just extend this room.
New room build order confirmed.
Alright. And we'll just build a wee strong room in the corner of the island here. Where we can keep all of our stolen goods.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty. All construction workers are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
Cool. Alrighty. So what else do we need to do? A control room. We'll build that down this side as well. So we need a couple of control panels.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
And a memory bank. And a time clock. And that should be enough for now. As we start earning money, we'll put more into the room. But, yeah. And
Important information will be relayed to you via the...
did I forget to turn those off?
Room construction unpaused.
Alrighty, but yeah, we're prioritizing this one over the strong room and the freezer. Just because this room here is how we make our money. And this room here is how we get the people that make us our money. So yeah, now our minion capacity isn't going to increase until I'm going to take out these lockers until this room is built so that it can stop yelling at me. But yeah, essentially the way our minion count increases, oh I see, is by having at least one bed and the lockers. The lockers is the important part though for increasing our minion numbers. Alrighty, so now we're just kind of waiting around for a second here. I'm just gonna see if I pop into this options, can I turn off video hints? I can. Cool. So
Rooms can be built. If you want your minion,
we'll get rid of
use these buttons
those.
to...
And now we shouldn't get any more. Just, if you want to see the video hints, play the game. I looked it up, New Zealand dollars, it's $11 on Steam right now, so not expensive at all. I do remember though, when I bought the game originally in hard form, I bought it on a Christmas sale at EB Games and it cost me $5 because the game was 5 years old and relatively cheap to begin with, so that was cool. Alright, so they're selling off the crates that they'd collected for the existing lockers that I'd asked to have placed. And then my 3 minions. I'm just gonna jack up the rate for a sec to get up to 4. No, can't. Not until the not until the part comes up for that. That's cool. Alright. There we go, but the blocked objects have been dealt with. And as soon as we get that first bed in, we'll get another objective completed. We're gonna take our genius and just put him here for now. Because we're not in any danger. We haven't generated any heat yet. We don't have agents after us in any sort of capacity. So, apart from the learning tutorial agents that happen right at the beginning of the game. So, yeah. Alright, now I'm hoping this room will build before the end of the episode, and I'm only doing 20-minute episodes and a batch recording, so I want to keep this rather light on the editing. Right. Oh, okay, that's Lord Kane. Alright, so there's one of our guys running around with some TNT, and he'll use that to blow out this massive corridor that I've started here, which in all honesty I could have actually tweaked a bit better, but it's a bit late for that now. Could have just brought that straight across there. Oh well, this isn't about efficiency this time, so yeah. Well, we'll get these barracks built, and we'll get that control room built, and then the game really starts, because that's when we can start kidnapping people out in the world, stealing gold, stealing Uber loot and other forms of expensive things, and you know, changing up the kind of minions we have, getting our sciencey ones and our social ones so that we can build a hotel as our cover, because we will get tourists walking around on the island, and keeping them distracted is a good idea, because if they see anything they absolutely freak out, and then you're stuck either having to kill them or let them go back and tell the world leaders the world authorities what's actually going on. And we can't have that, because then we get agents showing up. And that's just not a fun thing. Alright. So our barracks has expanded. I might just place a door there.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
As I said, I'm not doing a strategic playthrough, so I'm not too worried about the layout of the base. There are some amazing strategies out there for getting through this game, especially in harder modes.
All construction workers are busy at the
But
present time. Object
we're doing a fun playthrough, which means we're going to build however we want to. There we go, task complete. So we should be able to start, yeah, we've now got the capacity for 29 minions. And that capacity will go up with the amount of lockers we've got, as well as our notoriety, which we'll be able to tell our notoriety once we get access to the world domination screen, which we'll get once we've built the control room. The game most definitely works in phases. Okie dokie, so we've got, what, 3 beds, handful of lockers. The next corridor's built. I might plonk a door there as well. Can't put a door there. I'll put one there and one there. The more doors you put in, the more you delay agents.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
But yeah, now the first second tier minion will be a valet, which is a social minion, who will be capable of using the fire extinguishers to put out fires, which will be very handy as any sort of items that are attacked by saboteurs or other agents, they're just going to burn until they blow up. We don't have technicians to repair items for a wee while, so we're kind of just stuck putting out fires until then. Yay! Alrighty, I was hoping to get the control room done, but we've now hit the 22-minute mark, so I think I'm going to have to leave that there for today. So, if you like the video, then hit that like button, and if you like my channel, then please subscribe. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. Links will be down in the description below, and I'll see you all next time.